Whenever it rains, the conversations are all about Gurgaon, the millennial city of glossy high rises, the Cyber City Golf Course Road, and its wide roads inundated in water. But rarely do we talk about Old Gurgaon, the city that holds the real character of the district. Hello and welcome to ThePrint. I'm Sagrika Kisu with my camera person Anand Mishra, and today we are in Old Gurgaon. The Old Gurgaon that existed before the Cyber City came up. The Old Gurgaon that holds the real character of the city. Its native population, its dense bazaars, the old railway lines, civil lines, and early sectors. But today, Old Gurgaon is no different. It's as waterlogged as the millennial city after the heavy rains.
देखिए ओल्ड गुड़गांव की अगर हम बात करें तो ओल्ड गुड़गांव के हालात मतलब अगर हमारी टीयर 2 सिटीज़ जैसे मेरठ हुआ या और भी छोटे छोटे शहर हुए उनसे भी बदतर हो जाती है, क्योंकि ना तो यहाँ पे पानी की निकासी की कोई सुविधाएं हैं, ना सरकार यहाँ पर ध्यान देती है। गुड़गांव बस यहाँ पे एक नाम का बन चुका है, क्योंकि ना तो यहाँ पे कोई पब्लिक फैसिलिटीज़ सरकार प्रोवाइड करती है। जब तेज बारिश हो जाती है ना कोई पुलिस अथॉरिटी ज़्यादा सपोर्ट करती हैं, जिसकी वजह से लंबे लंबे ट्रैफिक जाम्स हो जाते हैं। प्लस जो नए नए जॉब करने वाले बंदे होते हैं या नए नए जो जॉब करने आते हैं वो ओल्ड गुड़गांव इसलिए प्रेफर करते हैं क्योंकि वो इवेंचुअली चीपर है, यहाँ पे हाउसिंग चीपर है, तो उनके लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ा सरदर्द बन जाता है ऑफिस से आते हुए, क्योंकि उनको इतने 5-5, 6-6 घंटे लंबे लंबे जाम में खड़ा रहना पड़ता है।
मैं मानेसर से निकला था 83 से। इतनी बारिश हो रही थी, 3 बजे मैं निकला हूँ वहाँ से, 2 घंटे तक कंटिन्यू बारिश हुई, 5 बजे तक एक भी गाड़ी घोड़ा कुछ नहीं मिल रही थी। रोड पे इतनी जाम थी, मैं क्या बताऊँ। फिर वहाँ से मैं चलते चलते मानेसर टूल टैक्स पे आया, कुछ भी गाड़ी घोड़ा कहीं भी नहीं मिल रहा। फिर वहाँ से मैं चल के फिर आया यहाँ पे राजीव चौक आया, कहीं भी कोई भी गाड़ी न। फिर मैं राजीव चौक से मैं सेक्टर 49 इतने पानी भर के ठेवना भर पानी भर भर के मैं डूब के गया। इतनी बुरी हालत थी कल की डेट में, कल की बारिश की वजह से बहुत पब्लिक को उठाना पड़ा। इतनी समस्या, कितनी गाड़ी डूब गई, कितनी बाइक डूब गई, बहुत सारे परेशानी उठाना पड़ा पब्लिक को।
Right now in civil lines, we just crossed the police commissionerate office. The area here you can see that the roads are wide, you cannot see even a drop of water on roads, while in comparison, in contrast, if you see sector 5 of Old Gurgaon, civil lines also falls in Old Gurgaon, but sector 5 also in Old Gurgaon, the roads were inundated in water, people were not, the water was up to the knees, and the people were saying that every time whenever the rain falls, even if it falls for half an hour, this is the kind of the situation that they have to face. क्या हालात हो जाते हैं गुड़गांव में जब बारिश पड़ती है, और स्पेशली ओल्ड गुड़गांव में?
गुड़गांव का मैडम जी बहुत बुरा हाल है। और ये राजीव चौक से कल मैं निकला था सेक्टर 21 जाने के लिए, तो वहाँ पे हमें मारुति के सामने से, और मुझे जाना था सेक्टर 21, तो वहाँ पे 1 घंटा मतलब 4 घंटे हमें लग गए निकलने में, 3 किलोमीटर जाने में। ना कोई पुलिस वाला था, ना कोई ट्रैफिक देखने वाला, कुछ नहीं। पूरा इतना पानी भरा था, आदमी कमर के बराबर पानी, गाड़ियाँ बंद हो जा रही थी बीच बीच में।
I would like to start with one thing. Yesterday, you must have seen the notice which came from the DC office. It was so hilarious. DC writing and telling the citizens not to go to the office or the schools to shut. It's bizarre. It doesn't happen, After 78 years of independence, you're still sending a notice saying, please don't go to the office in this. So that was very laughable matter to me. Coming back to the stepmotherly treatment between the millennium, so-called millennium, and the old Gurgaon is also a stark difference between the two sides, This highway which came over from the airport all the way dissecting so-called to Jaipur was, I call it a Berlin Wall, It has further divided the city between the two. The old Gurgaon and no. So this side of the people from the left-hand side, if you're coming from the airport, you can't go to the right-hand side. It probably takes you Old Gurgaon side or to the Udyog that side. It probably takes you 2-3 hours to reach there. However, it's across the road. So Old Gurugram forms, if you go to the IFCO Chowk and turn towards the Secretariat or the courts and towards the Mandi railway station, that's GPO, that's Old Gurugram. or the earlier part of the Gurgaon, where the houses just came up, or people settled, there were villages, people settled over there. But per se, having said that, you asked me why there's a chronic problem here, because that time there was no ULB, ULBs in Gurgaon was structured very late, and that's time when MCG came up. So when you don't have ULB, there was nobody to take care or make the infrastructure. People just constructed the homes, So little was paid attention because they never had the drainage, they never had sewage systems over there, which is still lacking because the houses are made now where to make it. And the planning in Gurgaon, what has happened is they have not taken into account the slope or the topography, and they just built it, the roads. So the roads are constructed along the drainage system, which overflows and spills onto the roads. And that's where you have the problem of flooding over here. Also, second reason of major is because you mentioned the ULB. I would say there was the government had come up with the, I think, 74th Amendment in the Constitution, where it was a constitutional push which happened for decentralizing the urban governance, okay, and that remains ineffective. So what is having it? With the ineffectiveness of that unstruck or not implementation of the 74th Amendment, the city is now left between the builders and the bureaucrats to plan, which should not have happened. That's a disaster which has happened. So topography, then non-implementation of 74th Amendment are the major causes of this.